Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, I'm a lawyer practicing in Malaysia. In the previous episode, we discussed about the fundraising using unlisted public companies. In this episode, we'll be discussing fundraising by way of an initial public offering, which we normally call the IPO. We'll be discussing 3 points. They are, firstly, benchmark that you need to take note of. Secondly, the types of market offered by Bursa Malaysia to assess which market suits you the best. And also thirdly, how much does it usually cost for an IPO? If you're a company seeking to raise funds to fund your operation needs and of course to expand your business, please stay tuned to this series as we will be discussing specifically on the fundraising that may be applicable to your needs. Firstly, the IPO benchmark. For IPO, your company will essentially be assessed against 2 benchmarks. Firstly is the regulatory benchmark, which is your compliance with the rules and regulations prescribed by the regulators such as the Securities Commission Malaysia, the SC, and also Bursa Malaysia. Secondly is a market benchmark, which is purely market driven. This benchmark is actually one of the most important elements as it involves your ability to meet the investors' expectation and also convince them to invest in your company. Secondly, the types of market offered by Bursa Malaysia. Generally in Malaysia, Bursa Malaysia offers 3 markets to companies seeking for listing in Malaysia. Firstly is the main market, which is the prime market for established companies that have met the standards in terms of quality, size and also operation. Companies seeking to list on main market of Malaysia must demonstrate they have achieved a minimum profit track record and also a minimum size measured by market capitalization. You may raise funds from both sophisticated and also retail investors for listing on main market of Malaysia. Secondly is the ACE market, which is the sponsor-driven market designed for companies with growth prospects. Sponsors will be involved in the listing of ACE market to ensure suitability of the potential issuers, taking into consideration attributes such as the business prospects, corporate conduct, adequacy of internal control. You may also raise funds from both sophisticated and retail investors for listing on ACE market. Lastly is the lead market. You may raise funds from sophisticated investors but not retail investors for listing on the lead market. Lead market is an advisor-driven market which aims to provide emerging companies, including SME, with greater raising access and also visibility via the capital market. Lastly, let's talk about the cost. The cost of listing largely depends on the size and also the complexity of your company and also the amount to be raised. In general, the total listing cost for ACE market will be around 2 to 3 million and also about 3 million and above for main market. To assess and also commence the process of an IPO, you are advised to seek advice from a lawyer or a financial advisor specialized in this area to provide you with a good and comprehensive advice and to ensure you have a smooth sailing process of your IPO. You may also refer to the practical guide link in the description box below for further details of an IPO. Well, let's recap. Firstly, you'll need to ensure regulatory compliance as well as your ability to meet the investors' expectation before commencing the process of an IPO. The 3 markets offered in Malaysia by Bursa are main market, which is more for established companies that have already reached the minimum profit track record period and also the size required by the regulations. Next is the ACE market, which is the sponsor-driven market for companies with growth prospects. If you attempt to list on ACE or main market, you may raise funds from both sophisticated and also retail investors. However, for listing on lead market, which is designed for emerging companies such as SME, you may only raise funds from sophisticated investors. Lastly, for the cost of an IPO, it will range about 2 million and above, depending on your size and also the complexity of your company. Hope this video is helpful to you. In the next episode, we will be discussing fundraising by way of equity crowdfunding, which is the ECF. You may also check out our series of fundraising here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.